Hey everyone, I view this video as threefold. Firstly, I'm going to give you some dream pop guitar tone secrets I learned along the way of my musical journey so far. This is also going to be an in-depth look at the Red Panda Raster. So I'm going to go over like just everything you need to know about this thing. This pedal, it took me a while to work this thing out. So I'm going to put it all in this video for you so you don't have to read a manual or anything. You just watch this video. And thirdly, if you just like the delays in general, this is going to be a fun video for you. Let's go over the device we'll be using today. So this device can be as basic or as complex as you want it to be. On a basic level, it is just a delay pedal. So we've got a blend knob here and this goes full wet, which is lovely. We've got the delay time here. We've also got the delay ranges here. So we go up to 1,600 milliseconds in the long delay range. In the medium delay range, we've got 0 to 800 milliseconds. Short delay range, we've got 0 to 400 milliseconds. And then we can use the delay time to dial in our ideal time. We've got the feedback here. We've got the lovely infinite feedbacks which Red Panda provide on some of their pedals. So this basically provides feedbacks without oscillation, and it just keeps repeating, which is lovely. We love this sound. Abstract and Sound love this sound, in fact. And if we dial it about there, we just get normal oscillations. I really like the feedback knobs on these Red Panda pedals. We've also got shift, and that provides pitch shifting and frequency shifts, kind of similar to some of the Eventide stuff we've had on the channel, those kind of sounds. So this pedal was inspired by rack-mounted units of the 80s and the 90s. So we've got all kinds of cool delay tricks in this thing. So I'll just go over the switches real quick. I really enjoy these. They really add so much versatility to this pedal. On the foot switches, we can set them to momentary or latching. Bypass switch, you can have it muted, so the pedal will still record your signal while it's bypassed. Then on the shift switch, we can set that not only to momentary and latching, but tap. Difference between momentary and latching. Momentary is, so actually I'll just show you. Set that to momentary. Yeah, the pedal will only turn on once I suppress the foot switch. Same with shift. I don't know what I'm doing now, but yeah, see, like it only turns on when I press the pedal. Latching is just your standard foot switch to look on, off. That's just standard. But yeah, this mute's a really cool function, and we can also just have tap tempo here. So the feedback switch is really cool. So we can set it so it's a reverse delay with continuous shifted repeats, or we can have a forward delay with continuous shifted repeats, or we can just have a forward delay with repeats shifted once. You can also do a bunch of really cool stuff with MIDI. You can also get a reverse delay with repeat shifted once if you're using MIDI. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Like Kurt is so cool. His background is as a software engineer, so those people are super smart, man. Like the people making rack units back in the day, they were super technical people. Kurt's a super technical person, so he's putting everything in this pedal. But like I said before, it can be as basic as you want it to be, or it can be super complex, and I'm gonna try to go into all that today. The shift switch, so we got different shift modes. Transpose, you can transpose up to 12 semitones. Then in detune, we can detune from fourth down to major third up. And then frequency shift, this last one is a 500 hertz frequency shift. So the modulation section of this pedal is located here. We've got depth and rate, and we've got 7 different waveforms we can choose from. And the LEDs on this pedal are really useful. They tell you what's going on. So this first waveform is the sine waveform. So that's just so when this LED is lit up like this, and the sine waveform is here. So we're going left to right here. Next up, we've got a triangle waveform, so that's with those 2 LEDs. We've got a ramp up waveform, ramp down waveform, square waveform, random step, random smooth, and then we've got envelope and inverse envelope. For those last 2, rate and depth won't affect anything. Secondary controls are accessed. It says Alt here, so we just hold the waveform, and then the LED will light up cyan here. And so you can see secondary controls, they're highlighted in gray. So for example here, we can set the delay to series. So this delay pedal is made up of 2 delay lines. So we can set these 2 delay lines to be series, in parallel, or ping pong. About the stereo imaging, so we are stereo out using a TRS cable. So this cable has TRS on this end, and on the other end we've got 2 TS cables. So it's a cable with a single jack this side, and on the other side you got 2 jacks. So that's the kind of cable you're going to need if you want to use stereo with this pedal. As for the alt controls on the knobs, as you see, most of these relate to the stereo imaging of the 2 delay lines. So that you can see in gray it says left and right, and that's on most of the knobs here. This this middle knob does the phase, the modulation phase as well. And then this one up here is the tone control basically for the delay. If we select Alt here and turn it down, we'll get an analog style delay. And if we turn it up, we get pristine digital. So as I was saying just a bit earlier, the LEDs will show you what's going on. So for secondary controls, I can see where my settings are, which is really nice. So if the LEDs are there, like it's central, 12 o'clock. And you can see like that. Yep. I can see exactly where my controls are. So let's go over how to set up just a basic delay. So set all your controls to 12 o'clock, including your secondary controls, which I believe all mine are already set to 12. Yeah, see. It's kind of like a tuner pedal, like when it's in the middle. Yeah, all my secondary controls, I've already set them to 12. So I'll set my primary controls to 12 o'clock. Turn mod and depth all the way down. I'm just not going to use any modulation. Set the foot switches to latching because that's just standard. And then the only controls we're going to worry about in this section are the delay, feedback, and blend. So shift is off. So just these three controls here, just for a basic delay sound. For an analog delay, all we have to do is the same as the basic delay, set all our controls to 12 o'clock, turn mod and depth down, and then select the Alt control here for the feedback, which just turns the feedback into a tone control. Turn it down to about 9 o'clock, and we've got a nice analog delay sound. For a basic modulation delay, I've set shift and feedback, and also delay is all going to 12 o'clock. Also blend is at 12 o'clock. Turn both modulation controls to about 9 o'clock. And I want this to be a triangle wave. So there you go, that's triangle. And that's our basic modulation delay. First, stack delays, which are great for dream pop sounds, and I'm going to go over more dream pop settings in just a second. I really love stack delays, great for slowdive kind of stuff, great for some good old violent oscillation. So we set our series to structure, so to do that, I'm going to hit the Alt control here, and oh man, this is taking pure skill right now. Oh, yeah, all the way over there to series. Then I'm going to set the Alt control on the delay to 9 o'clock. So that my first delay is shorter Then my second delay, the delay range I'm going to set to medium here in the middle. Oh, it already was in the middle, my bad. Just feedback to taste is what I've put on my note here. And again, we're already on a triangle, so set it to the triangle wave. Gonna set alt depth here all the way to 5 o'clock, so that we don't have any modulation on our first delay. Then set rate and depth to 9 o'clock. Rate is already conveniently in 9 o'clock. And then we have our stack delays. And I'm sure you can play around and get different delay ratios with this thing. So, but this is how to get a basic stack delay. Really like this sound, and I hope you enjoy it.